Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Houston Inside Out. I am your host, James J. Today, I have with me Sheila Ochsner, and you know what? Did I pronounce that right?
Ochsner. Very close.
Ochsner.
Ochsner.
Listen, I practiced, Sheila. I practiced like 10 times before we did this. And
No
I still
worries.
screwed it up. Like everybody else, I'm sure screws up your name, but
Oh yeah, no worries.
welcome. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So
Sure.
Sheila is with Keller Williams Premier. You are out in Katy,
Yes.
and you are a real estate professional with KW. And you and I go back a few years, so we've got to tell people about your journey because I see you now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you because we have all been at that point of starting in our real estate business, like. Oh my goodness, is this going? If I don't have something happen soon, this is not going to last. So we got to tell the story. But introduce people to, I want you to introduce yourself to people, kind of let them know, like, what were you doing actually before real estate, and then kind of what led you into getting into real estate? Because you're doing well now.
Yeah, things are going well.
Yeah.
Well, you met me when they weren't.
I did. Yeah, we got to tell the story, but take us back to before that. So what were you doing actually before people? Because a lot of, obviously, people want to get into real estate. First of all, everybody thinks it's easy, which you and I obviously know that is not true. But let's go back even before you got into real estate. Like, what were you doing, and what kind of got you into it?
Okay, well, I was a teacher.
Yes.
I taught 10 years, had a master's degree in curriculum instruction, loved it. Stayed home to have babies, and as life happens, had to go back to work as a single mom. So I met a neighbor that owned an engineering company, or a park owner.
Okay.
And they offered me a job there. So I started working there and was there for 7 years doing marketing. And then that company was bought out by a national company. And although we were promised a job, you know how those things go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, a few months later, then they walk in my office and let me know, so sorry, we had to let you know. So as a single mom, had 3 kids, no income, a little bit freaked out. Freaked out. And actually had a conversation with my brother-in-law. He's in commercial real estate. And so he encouraged me to check it out. And I'd never thought about real estate. I'm not like this. It's had a passion for it all their lives.
Yes. Well, you know what? I don't know who's had, unless you're family, some people, like, their family was in real estate. And so they kind of were born into it, so to speak. But I don't know who grows up to say they want to be a real estate agent. I there's a handful, but there's not a lot of them. I was not trying to get into real. It was not my goal. I wanted to play in the NBA.
Oh, nice.
This was not the goal, to be in the real estate or mortgage industry. So he said to try it out. He was not in real estate. Is that right?
He's in commercial real estate.
Commercial. Okay.
Yes.
So why did you not go commercial then? Why residential?
That is a very good question. I have no idea.
Okay.
I looked into it and started doing it, and I don't know. And not to say I won't do commercial at some point, because it interests me, actually.
Commercial's so different, though. I mean, it's
very different.
Yeah, it's real estate. It's a night and day. It's another business. It's not even the same. Not even close. So you tried it out, and so what year are we talking when this happened?
Let's see. That was 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017 at the end.
Yes.
So I started online real estate classes in November of that year, 2017.
Okay.
Got my license in February, and started in April
of 2018.
2018.
So less than 2 years.
Yes.
And then I met you probably around that time, 2018. First part of 2018 is when, and so your journey from there to this, we're going to talk about this because we got to let people know, because again, people think this business is very easy. Whether it's real estate, mortgage, it doesn't matter. Everybody just thinks it's so easy and glamorous, and it's not. Either. It's not either one. So we did an open house together in 2018.
Yes.
And so what was going on? Because I want people to know this, Sheila, because like I said, it's important for people to really know, like it's a grind. Like you got to really, really want to do this because it is not easy. So we did this open house in 2018.
Yeah.
And back then,
I may have my date wrong. It may have been 2017.
Actually, no, I think it was 17. Yeah, I think it was the end of 17.
I think maybe I got laid off in 2016. It all blurs together, but yeah. So we were hosting an open house at a field in a neighborhood in Old Katy, and it was storming.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I kind of forgot about the storm, but it was pouring down.
Because I ended up walking barefoot.
Yes.
I locked myself out of the truck.
Yes.
Were you there?
Oh gosh.
No, I think
I left and you had called me after this, but yeah, we did an open house. It was, and I don't mean it wasn't drizzling, it was pouring.
Oh, it was a major Texas storm. Yes.
Yes.
So at that time, brand new agent, single mom, no income. Things were pretty desperate at that time. I was very emotional. I cried a lot. I cried with you, but I did cry a lot. My kids were on Medicaid because I couldn't afford insurance for them. And I just remember thinking, this is not who I am. I'd been in the professional arena. I'd been an educator and supporting my family. And to be at that low spot was very humbling for me. But just to realize that that's where I was. My family was helping me. I'm very blessed that they were able to help me. But at that time, it felt very just desperate. Really.
And I mean, I think most people that have been in that beginning stage of real estate, like people will say, you hear, oh, you need to save up 6 months of income. And I just feel like if you get out there and you have the consistency of it's like, we all know it's contact mortgage, real estate. It's the same thing. It's a contact business. And, you were out there, pouring rain, doing an open house. And so take me from that open house to what were you consistently doing? Because I want to walk people through this because this is super important. So you're at a point where you're basically, you're at your lowest especially in the real estate business at the beginning stages. So from there, kind of walk me through what happened. So that was the end of 2017. What was 2018? Again, we're not even talking that long ago.
Yeah. Well, 2018 was a fantastic year for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did all the things that my brokerage told me to do. Well, not all the things, there's some things I did not do. I did the things that I could do. Let me put it that way.
So tell me this is specific because I want people to know that are either thinking about getting real estate, what were you doing in 2018 to change it? Because like I said, now you're at a different spot, but this is all a process for you to do maybe some things that people don't really want to do in real estate because they just want to get to the money.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to just get to the money. So were you still doing open houses all the time? Like what were you doing consistently? Even if it wasn't everything that the broker said, what were you doing to kind of get you to a point where you started to see some momentum in your business?
I was doing open houses. So at one point I was doing 2 open houses a weekend. Always gone on the weekend because that's our busiest time. I was doing those. I started using video at that time on Facebook, doing Facebook Live videos. Did that quite often, actually. Joined a couple of community groups to meet people. And basically just kept in touch with the people I would normally keep in touch with, my close friends. I've lived in Katy for over 20 years, so I have a lot of people that I know. And just reminding them that I'm in real estate, having those conversations that at first seemed a little bit awkward because I'm trying to sell you something, or something.
I think a lot of people can relate because they don't want to bother, so to speak, their friends about their business. But the reality with real estate, like everybody loves to talk real estate, first of all. I don't know anybody that doesn't like to talk about real estate. But I try and tell people, even on the mortgage side, the same thing. It's an education. And you've done well because it's not about give me business, give me business, give me business. Although obviously you want it, but I think it's more about you being able to educate people on, because there's a lot. This is a big deal for everybody that's looking to own a home or sell one.
Right.
It's a big deal for everybody. So the live videos that were you doing, were you just doing them for open houses, or were you just doing videos on educational topics as it relates to real estate, or what were you doing on your lives?
When I first started, it was mainly open houses. Sometimes I would video some things that I would do that I felt like maybe a lot of agents wouldn't do, you know, the weeds in the front yard, killing the bugs that you see when you're, you know, cleaning the toilets. You know, there are some things that you do because that's what's best for the seller, your client, or a buyer. You know, before they come in, I always got there early and made sure the house was clean, and you know, just those little things that maybe some wouldn't do. But I was and willing to do whatever it takes, you know, to get the job done.
Yeah. So lives, open houses, this is all 2018. You said you had a great year in 2018. Were you doing anything else to help you get that momentum going in 2018?
A lot of it was just internal, actually, on myself. I had a lot of self-doubt.
Yeah.
And my personality is not as like open or loud or as most real estate agents are, you know. I don't do the parties. I don't like that kind of thing. That's not my thing. So just learning that I'm good enough with who I am, and the people that are attracted to me for a reason. I'm very detail oriented, and I'm not going to tell you all this great stuff and then not be able to do those things. You know, I'll be very honest. So I think that's why that year was so good.
But you know what? It doesn't have to, like, everybody's so different. So you don't have to do it one way. There's not one way to do anything, especially in this business. I mean, you are you, and you and I can do a video on the same topic, and somebody completely, you know, they catch what you're saying more so than me. So it doesn't matter. We could talk about the same thing. People are going to resonate more with you than they will with me, or vice versa. It just depends. Everybody's different. So people get caught up in this, well, I don't know what to say, or they think, I mean, I'm specifically talking about the video because you said that helped you, but I think that's so important for people to understand. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you and I could talk about the same topic, but people resonate with different people. You're not gonna click with everybody. There are people that don't, for whatever reason, you're just not going to click with or vibe with. So, and it's fine. Like, you got to be okay with it. So you talked about this self-doubt, because this is a big one. Were you doing, I know obviously KW has a lot of training, but were you doing anything else to kind of get your mind to the point and developing the confidence? Because real estate is challenging. I mean, you'll have
learn.
It is.
I found it overwhelming because I am a perfectionist and I just wanted to do it right. So my issue was, when I made a mistake, I couldn't celebrate the success because I was so frustrated with myself that I had made a mistake, even though the client was excited and everything closed. So part of my learning is just that failing forward idea of, you know, that's just how you learn. You know, everybody learns that way, and learning to give grace to myself, just like I would give someone else if they had that situation. But it was hard at the beginning.
It is. It's very hard.
There are mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just part of it. You can't know everything all the time. But I expect myself to know everything all the time. So
I mean, you know, for people that are in school, you know, you got real estate school, and then you've got real life real estate, which is not the same at all. Not even close. So but the failure part of it, like, it's with everything. Like, I don't know why people are so scared to fail. Like, it's not failure until you stop. It's not failure until you actually just quit and give up, which a lot of people do in this business. You know, it's very, very easy to get a real estate license. It's too easy to get a real estate license, but there's a very small percentage of people that actually do it full time. We know how this goes, but so this is 2018. You're kind of so you said I had a great year in 2018. What about 2019? What did your 2019? Were you continuing to do some of the same? I'm assuming you're obviously doing some videos, because I see you were you doing anything else new? Did you implement anything else in 2019 to help you? Because I'm going to assume your numbers in 2019 were much higher. Actually, I know they were. You don't have to be specific about your numbers, but I know your 2019 was better than 2018.
Well,
so did you do anything? Oh, really?
They were not. And they were good. I'm not complaining. They were good, but not as good as 2018.
Now, was it something that you can pinpoint that, or you just think it just random?
Part of it is I was not consistent with my videos. I kind of laxed on that. Things were really good at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And then towards the end of the year, it just flatlined. I didn't have anything. I had no closings from October until just this month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's another thing about real estate.
Yeah.
Account for those times when it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I was working.
Right.
Things were just falling through, as it happens in real estate, just some things don't work out. So
it's to me, it's the worst part of the business, mortgage real estate. The worst part is that we have to depend on so many other people and so many other things. It's not just in your control or mine. It's just not. If it was just my control or yours, it'd be great.
Right? I think it would have been better. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have to depend on anybody else. But yeah, that's the challenge. It's like you got lender, inspector, appraiser, all these different parts that have to come together before you get to a closed deal. And it is challenging. And yeah, it does happen where you have those times or months where for whatever reason, it's just stuff is falling apart.
Right.
Through no fault of your own, it just happens. Or people move or get divorced or lose a job. So many parts. So but you weathered the storm still.
Yes.
Because your storm. But I mean, you go back to when you first started and you think about that time.
Oh, nothing like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now we're here, 2020. What do you have in the works for 2020? What's your perspective on this year? There's a lot of talk about 2020. It's an election year, all this stuff with interest rates. Right now, interest rates are great. So great time for people to get into home ownership. So what are your expectations for 2020?
My expectations is going to be a great year. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to a very good year. I have my goals up on a wall that I look at every day. I did not do that last year, and I did do that in 2018. So I'm hoping.
So we're talking vision board.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have a board up that I'm crossing off as I close. But also I've got about 4 properties coming up on the market in the spring, and just being consistent. I do have my videos that I'm doing on Mondays. And so I'm doing more education videos because I have found that people that I work with that have never sold a house or never bought a house, they really don't understand the process, and they don't understand just the relationship between a realtor and themselves, and what that realtor can do for them. I find a lot of times they'll just call a sign or drop by a place. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
No, I'm your realtor here. I'll do that for you.
Yeah. And you got to stay in front of people because we're in the business all the time. And sometimes we may get, just assume people know.
Yeah.
And simple things, like simple things that
I've learned not to make assumptions.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. You got to assume nobody knows. Like seriously. And if somebody,
I didn't know how realtors worked. I thought they got paid by the brokerage, the building they were in. I didn't even know it was a brokerage. I thought, they got paid.
Yeah.
What they did, I had no idea. And so I think, for most people, the regular average population selling a house or purchasing a house, they really don't understand. No fault of anyone. It's just you don't know until you know. And I didn't know until I knew, until I learned all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
And so when I assume that someone knows the process and then something goes wrong, it's usually because I assume they know the process.
Exactly.
And then I'm reminded, oh yeah, right. They don't do this every day.
Yes.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's easy for us because, like I said, we're in it every day.
Yeah.
To just assume like, oh, they know that. And then it's like, no, what are you doing? No,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
Yeah.
So message to people, don't assume, like, just put the content out there. So the video that you're doing, it is educational videos on selling homes, buying, I'm assuming, or all the above.
Right.
Yeah. So are you doing
everything?
So are you doing these videos? Are you doing them on your own, or do you have a huge production?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. Nothing like you with all this technology. I just have my phone.
And yeah, I mean, the stuff that I do is not even really that fancy. I just know how to use them. I've gotten a whole lot better, but I love video. So, but people get so caught up in, we've been talking about doing video in the real estate industry for, 5 years now, probably at least 5 years. Hey, you got to do it, got to do it. The majority of people are still not using it, which is just mind blowing to me. The people are still so.
I talk to people all the time. They're always saying, "Oh, I love your videos." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, why aren't you doing them?" And they always say, "Well, I don't like myself on video."
Women are probably more hard on themselves,
yes,
than the guys are. But even the guys don't even do it. So it's not a necessary. But I know women are more concerned.
Yeah, how we look, how we sound.
Yes,
our hair.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't worry. That's why I shave, Sheila. I don't worry about that stuff. I just turn the camera on and go. I don't care what I look like at that time.
That would be nice.
But the purpose of the video, and I try and get people to listen, the purpose of the video, it's not about you. Get off yourself. It's about
here's the thing I tell everybody that talks to me about video. I don't watch my videos.
Yeah.
I video it, and whether or not I'm making a mistake or I've fumbled or whatever, I first and I go. I do not go back and watch them, and I probably never will watch them. I don't. I mean, that's just my thing. But here's the other thing. I took a class on social media when I first started, and the instructor asked me, "Well, haven't you ever done video?" Because I was one of the few that had never done one. And I said, "Well, I don't like the way I sound, and I don't like the way I look on video." And he goes, "Well, that's interesting. That's how we see you and how we hear you."
That is such a good point. Like, hey, sorry you don't like it, but that is what you are.
Yeah. You are who you are. You can't change that. You might as well go for it.
That's such a great point. Yeah, people kill me with that. Like, I don't like that's how people look at you every day. Like, what are you talking about?
I know.
So now, do you prefer to go live, or will you record it and then put it out?
Well, I do both. So I do the live videos on Facebook.
Yes.
And then I record for YouTube.
Yeah.
Only because YouTube, those are not people that I know personally.
Right.
Or that's not the audience I'm going for.
Right.
So the videos are different and they're shorter, but the ones on Facebook, those are people that I know. So it's a little more personable. I tell a little bit about myself, and how it relates to real estate.
So you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I just started one. Well, I've had it since I started, but I just now started constantly posting every week.
So tell people so people know, what is your YouTube channel?
It's Sheila Ochsner.
Okay. All right. Rolls right off the tongue, Sheila. So your name, first and last name, real easy here.
First and last name.
And that is also your website as well, right? I'm going to plug this in real quick. So that's your website as well. So YouTube, and then do you do anything with podcasting or not yet? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to podcasts, but I do not do anything yet. So
that's another way of, and listen, you don't have to be on video.
Yeah.
Just grab, for people that really are that video self-conscious of themselves and don't want to see themselves on video, podcasting, right? It's another medium. And a lot of the marketing experts are saying that's where the next wave is really going, right? It's the podcasting platform, and you can just record it. You don't have to be seen.
Right.
Marketing. Like, I have both. I do both of them, and it's not hard to do. So that might be something to consider because you can put out so much more content
I might have to
on a
talk to you
podcast. Yeah,
about
I'm actually going to be doing I'm going to start doing some classes on this for realtors, mortgage professionals, starting in March, where we kind of just work on implementing this stuff and really doing it to where, because especially podcasting, it's not to say it's easy, but it's definitely, you can record it in the car. Nobody sees you.
Right.
You don't have to do a whole lot of editing. If you listen to some of the podcasts, I mean, I've listened to several, like people are, I mean, they're in their car, you hear the stuff in the back. You don't have to have a huge production. You just don't. Video is the same thing for that matter. But, you know, for people that really don't want to see themselves or they don't like themselves, we need to talk about that, number one. But do a podcast, right? It's a relatively inexpensive thing to do. So you've got 4 listings coming. You got anything right now? And as far as listings go, because you know we're about to get into the busy, so-called busy season as we get to March. Gosh, March is next month. Excuse me, next week. We're already in March.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy it is. So anything you've got right now as far as any listings?
No, I had 2 listings just closed.
Okay.
So the ones I have coming up, 2 of them are in Greenway Village and Cinco Ranch.
Okay.
One's a 1-story. One is a 2-story with a pool, and then I have a Kellywood coming up with a 2-story with a pool.
Okay.
Then I'll have one in Westheimer Lakes. It's a 2-story, a fabulous floor plan, huge house.
Okay.
So yeah, I have some coming up.
Very good. So your information, I'm going to put the best way for people to reach you, so we got email, phone number. There's your phone number there. That's your direct number, correct?
Correct. That's
okay. So if anybody is got questions about, now let me ask you this, Sheila, do you have any preferred areas, or is there anywhere where you're like, I'm not trying to go that far? I mean, Houston is a big, this is a big area, but I don't know if you have any preferences or not.
Not necessarily. I kind of go all over. I've been to the Woodlands. I've been to Sugarland. I've been to Sealy.
Okay.
I pretty much, I think that's the difference with me as well. I mean, I doing well in my business, but I'm not so overwhelmed that I can meet other people's needs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah. Yes. Oh, Sheila, she's got some time for you. So, and then we've got, I'm going to put your email up there as well. So email, phone number, and so once you get, these listings in the springtime, which again, it's right around the corner. We do this every year, Sheila, I swear. Like the time just flies by now. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I'm so happy to hear from you. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. But I see you, and I'm so I'm proud because like I remember us talking 3 years ago. You're like, hey,
that was
something's gotta happen quick.
I really wasn't sure that I would be able to stay in real estate.
Yeah.
So much harder than I ever thought it would be.
Yep.
For everything, like emotional and spiritual and financial. I mean, everything. It just really stretched me, but it's also stretched me in good ways. Where, I feel like I'm almost a different person than when I started.
Yeah, I remember I was there, so I see how you grow. But yeah, I mean, I wanted you to tell that story because it's so important. There's so many people in that situation, like right now, and here you are, 2 years or so. There's obviously still growth. There's always things that we can improve on, but just for people to understand, like you started and it was tough to stick it out. And you're single mom. That's just a tough business to do with 2 parents. I mean, when I started, it's the same thing. It's been a long time, but even in the mortgage side, it's still, we're commission-based sales. We're salespeople.
Right.
So the key and the point that I want people to if you really want to do it, you gotta just stick it out. And it's not, I don't think for some people, they if it doesn't come easy, they're like, you know what, I'll keep my license, but I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah.
And that's fine. The situation, it's fine to do that. But I just want people to understand, like you started and it was tough. Like, hey, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep doing this or not, but you have come a long way.
Yeah. I think the best advice, like you said, is not to give up.
Yes.
You have to trust the process is what everyone kept telling me at the beginning. I was like, what the heck?
The process ain't paying my bills.
What's going on, you know? But it was so true. I did not give up, and I did the things that they told me to do. And sure enough, I mean, people started messaging me, or they'd see me out and ask me a real estate question. I'm like, oh, like I'm an agent. I kind of felt a little sheepish at the beginning, but now just more confident in knowing, you know, I can sell a house, I can help you find a house, and it's great.
That confident, that's huge, and not feeling like you're imposing. But I try to tell people just educate. You don't have to ask for bits, but people are gonna like your videos. I mean, people see them, and they'll see more of it after you do it, and it's just you become. So the class that I'm actually going to just call Celebrity Agent, and it's about what you're doing, the video content, the podcasting, anything. But there's so much to talk about. It doesn't have to be a long 20-minute, 30-minute video. Nobody's going to really watch it anyway, for the most part. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. There's so much stuff, and you cannot assume. So just don't assume, and just put it out there. Put it out there. So, so anyway, I am so glad to get to talk to you. I'm like a proud parent, Sheila, when I see you now, and you've got a few awards. I am so happy for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And you were a big part of my start.
It was.
You were. I appreciate that. Yeah. I think that's one thing as a realtor you don't realize too, is the partnerships that you make with people, and the friendships that come out of it. It's just,
for sure.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I agree. So, well, I'm gonna put your information back up here one more time. So
my email is wrong. It should be EILA.
Oh, my bad.
No worries.
Let's make sure we get that right.
A different Sheila.
SHIE.
SHE.
I do know how to spell Sheila. Most days.
The other way.
Yeah, on most days I know how to spell Sheila, even though it's right up on the screen there.
No worries.
We got it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, Sheila, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Reach out to Sheila, guys. Great story. Like, if you have questions about real estate in general, reach out. She'll be glad to share with you, just like you did right now. It's a great story of just perseverance, and you have to have it. It's a roller coaster. It can be, but you just continue to learn, and eventually you get to a point where hopefully you don't have so much of a roller coaster. And you're able to weather those storms a little bit. But it takes work. It's consistency, which is not easy to do. It's not easy. There's so many distractions, especially in real estate, because there's everybody's got the $1 million idea.
Yes.
Hey, you're gonna make this money. Everybody
to sell you something.
Yeah, especially in this business. So it's trying to stay focused on just doing the simple things over and over and over. It is not easy to do. It's not, which is why people get off track, and then a lot of people just quit.
Right.
You are awesome. Thank you. If there's something I could do for you, you let me know. And we're going to do this again as we start to get into the real buying and selling. As we hit the spring, we'll come out and do this again, and kind of talk about what you got going on at that point. So
hopefully I'll be blowing my numbers. So.
I don't have any doubt. So last thing, so have you done, I'm assuming have you done Bold recently? Because I heard they revamped it.
Yes. The 2.0. Yes. I did that in October.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it October or September? It may have been September.
Okay. Yeah. So for you guys who don't know what Bold is, it's essentially it's a get the heck out of your comfort zone class is what it is.
Yes, it is.
It is get off your butt and go do some work. Stuff that people don't want to do. And it's crazy that most of the people that probably take that class, you get that initial burst of energy, and then people start to die off.
Yeah.
I just know that it's that initial, and then people just stop the consistency because there's that energy of being in that class in that week or 2 weeks, whatever it is, when nobody's around, and it's like,
Right.
It's hard.
Accountability is a big thing.
Yes.
Accountability, it's hard.
No question about it.
To make ourselves do what we don't want to do.
That's why I coach them. So I do group fitness, and I mean, it's not one-on-one, but it's still very similar because you got a group of people, and we all come together to work out. Matter of fact, Sheila, I need to see you.
Yes, you do.
At the gym.
I need to work on all of
this. You need it in this business. You need it. It's a stress reliever like nothing else. But that having an accountability is huge. And I always do you have a coach right now? You have
I don't.
Accountability. Okay. Because it's one of the things I tell everybody, like, get a coach, get somebody else to have you accountable for daily things, and not just it's to challenge you. It's to challenge you and really get you, like that class does. It's just an ongoing thing. But anyway, you are doing well. I know you always want to do better. We're in sales, so I get it. It's never like, oh, it's good, I don't need any more business. No, nobody says that. Like, I don't need any more business right now.
I've got a daughter in college. I need the business. That's a whole other conversation.
Yes. So I will have you back on here again soon. And
thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you again. All right, guys. Reach out to Sheila. Again, phone number right there. Give her a call. Keller Williams Premier right here in the Katy area. And also go check out Houston Inside Out. MyHoustonInsideOut.tv is a YouTube channel. MyHoustonInsideOut.com is a podcast. And we'll be back on next week. Thank you, Sheila. Take care. We will talk soon.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.